Hey, this is Grace. I'm a junior at Salisbury University, and this is my before and after video. The two words I chose to describe my life before and after knowing Christ are insignificant and treasured. Um, the reason I chose insignificant is because I'm from a very big family. There's 7 kids in my family, and I'm the third oldest out of them. A lot of people ask me if I enjoy having so many siblings, if I want a big family when I'm older, and I would definitely say yes. It's great, when you're bored, you can just round everyone up and go outside and play volleyball or football. There's always something to do usually. But the one thing that's hard about having a big family is sometimes you feel overlooked by your parents just because they have 6 other kids they have to think about also. So even though, they would tell me they love me, it was still hard sometimes. You would feel a little insignificant at times. And so I would try to gain their approval and love by being, a good kid. I would always do my homework. I got good grades. I had a good group of friends. We never really did anything wrong, like partying or anything like that. And so this whole cycle or this theme of, trying to gain the approval of others by being good really transitioned into my relationship with God. I grew up in a Christian home. My dad's a pastor and my mom's a committed Christian also. And so I really, I grew up knowing all the stories about God and how he loves me. And it was still hard, though, really grasping God's love for me. I think one hard thing about growing up in a Christian home is that you just hear the story of Jesus dying on the cross for you, like so many times, that it eventually just becomes like another story and it kind of loses its significance at times. And so, I remember sometimes my dad would preach and he would get emotional and cry at times, and I would just feel jealous, like not having that emotion when I heard about Jesus. At times I would try to impress God by, reading my Bible, or going to church or Sunday school or youth group, but it was all just kind of about me and what I did. It wasn't really about my relationship with him. And so I would also, sin like everyone does, but I would just kind of feel guilty afterwards or just distance myself from God if I thought he was angry at me. And then I would try to do something good the next day or read my Bible more to make him kind of like me more. So this just kind of went on. And then in high school, I remember hearing someone compare God's love to us between that of a father and a child. And they said how no matter what a child does, their father's going to love them no matter what, which is the same as that of God and us. If we mess up, God still loves us. And so there's a verse in Ephesians 2:8-9, which says, "For it is by grace you've been saved through faith. This is not from yourselves, it is a gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast." And so when I heard this verse, it just really hit home for me and helped me understand that it's not what I do that makes God love me or that makes me righteous in his eyes. It's about, just his love for me and, what he did for me. Because we're not perfect, he had to bridge that gap by sending his son for us to die for our sins. If we could just become righteous or go to heaven on our own by being good, then there would have been no point in having to have Jesus die for us. So now this whole, understanding really affected my life. I felt treasured. I felt loved. I always felt loved by my family, but I definitely really felt loved by God, knowing that no matter what I do, he'll always love me. And I started reading my Bible more, just because I wanted to know God and not because I was trying to impress him. But yeah, that's basically my testimony. I've really become really passionate for him and want to share my faith with others. And if you have any questions, I'd love to talk to you about it. There's more to my testimony. This is just the basics. And if you go to Crew, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. At Devil Bis 123, there are many other people who would love to tell you their story about how God has changed their life. So yeah, I just really thank you for listening to my story, and I hope to see you on Thursday. Thanks.